Hello, Algebra 2 Accelerated. Here's your intro video for the start of the week so that we can go over what's going to be due and what's different, what's the same. Pretty much everything's the same, so don't worry. I'm going to try and keep everything as similar as I can week to week to week to week so that you can kind of get used to what's going on. Okay, so first of all, let's go through the materials page together real quick so that you can see what's coming up. This is not published until, well, it'll be published tomorrow. It's Sunday night, so anyway. And so this video will be posted right here. I reorganized it so you have to do your organizer post before you do your intro video. Just seemed to make sense for some reason, so I did that. One thing that I didn't mention, but I put it in an update later, was that everything's in sequential order, which means that you have to do it from top to bottom. So at the beginning of last week, I got quite a few emails saying, hey, I can't get to this assignment. What's going on? Why isn't it letting me get to it? Because you had to do it in order. So that's part of the reason why I put this first, so that you could do the organizer, which is the first assignment, first. So yeah, you do this folder, this thing, open this folder, you have to click on this and then click on that, open this folder, you have to click on this, you have to do it in order. And basically, I just want you to have to look at everything. You don't necessarily have to do every single thing that's on here. I'm going to try and keep it week to week that there's only ever 3 assignments that are going to show up in your Schoology calendar as being due. However, it's going to take a lot longer than just like doing 3 quick things. The first assignment is your organizer post, so that's not even really something that's math content related. It's just get organized, right? And that assignment, pretty much everyone did well on. Make sure you're looking at other people's examples for how they are doing their organizer, especially if you have the same class as they do. You obviously have my class together, but maybe somebody also has English with you, and so you can look at how they did their planner, and maybe they are misunderstanding the assignments, or maybe you are, and that way you can hook up and try to talk about what's due that week in that class. Okay. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, so the other 2 things that are due are the formative down here and the summative down here. Again, the formative is the same as last week. You get 4 tries. You get to review your answers, but it does not show you the correct answers. You might get some of the same questions over and over again, but they should rotate through so you could get at least a few different ones. And then the summative, you only get 2 tries. You do not get to look at your answers on those ones. Yeah. And as you know, last week there was a couple of mistakes in the questions for the formative and the summative, and I'm still going through those, and I will continue to go through those and regrade them hand by hand, or one by one by hand. It's just kind of difficult. So thank you for your patience on that. And feel free to email me if you ever feel like I missed one, or if you submit something like a long time that was due a long time ago, I will totally accept it. I just want to make sure I might not notice it. And so email me if you are completing something and you need me to go back and recheck it for you. Okay. Yeah, okay, so what I was saying is, as you're going through these assignments, there's only 2 things that are showing up on your Schoology calendar. However, the video is pretty long. It's a long lesson. I did all the lessons kind of as one, although it's less than what we would normally do in a week. So you want to really give yourself maybe an hour and a half to do the notes with the video. And then the worksheet, that's probably half an hour, 45 minutes. And that's not due, it's optional, but I would definitely recommend doing it because a lot of the same questions that are in the worksheet are also in the formative assessment. So It's going to be really worth your time to do the worksheet this week because it's repetitive in the formative assignment. For your challenge, optional. It's just more IB focused. So if you're going to take pre-calc next year, I would recommend doing that if you have the time. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot leading up to the formative and the summative, so I want to make sure that you are budgeting your time. Should be about 3 hours a week for this class. Some of us might be able to do it faster, some of us slower, so just know yourself and schedule enough time for yourself. Something that I noticed or talked to a few students about was that some students really like doing like every class a different day. So like I do all my math on Tuesday or I do all my English on Thursday. But some people like to do just a little bit every day. And so then they can schedule it out more like a normal school week. So this weekly schedule here that's on your materials page, it is more of an approach to this as somebody who might want to do a little bit every day. And then, so that's just a suggested schedule for how to complete your assignments. Sorry. Okay, so something I wanted to mention was this office hours. So I'll explain a little bit more what are office hours, but my office hours that I decided to do are going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They will be on Google Meet. So again, we'll talk about that. And you're going to want to so if you want one-on-one, like live, not one-on-one necessarily, depends on how many people show up, but if you want live questions answered, you're going to meet with me at that time, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, if this doesn't work for anyone or you want help but you can't make it to those, I'm happy to schedule like more one-on-one. If you email me and I say, okay, let's meet in 15 minutes, I can do that as well. This is just set up time where like I'll be available to answer questions and maybe go over some things that lots of people have emailed me about. I'm not sure. I'm still trying it out too. I don't know what this is going to be like. So this week I'll be in Google Meet with this code, Jarmic Algebra 2 Accelerated, and I'll be hanging out for an hour whether somebody comes there or not. Okay, so as you can see, this is more of an approach where you would do a little bit every day. So feel free to look through it, and if you like it, you can follow along and use that as a day-by-day schedule if you want to do a little bit of math every day. Okay, so what was the next thing on my list here? Oh yeah, I said it on this weekly schedule over and over again, but email me anytime. Anytime. I try to check out for a little while on Friday and Saturday, but I'm still checking my email every few hours. So if you want to email me with questions, concerns, just to say hi, tell me a joke, whatever it is, feel free. I'm always checking my email during the week, and then quite a bit on the weekend too. All right. I think that's it for this. Let's go over to this presentation that I made. This is the slides that I made you click on. And the two questions that I wanted to go over for our class is how will I be graded and what are office hours or conferences or live conferences. Teachers are using a lot of new language and a lot of new ideas for how you're going to learn. So I just wanted to go over some of the language that you might not understand. So first, before we do that, let's go over how are you going to be graded. So this picture that you're seeing here, and that's in the presentation, is how quarter 3 and quarter 4 grades are going to be calculated. Quarter 3 you will not get a grade for until the end of quarter 4 because quarter 4's grade is going to count for quarter 3. And I will take into consideration how well you did in quarter 3 and that will inform your grade. So you're getting basically a semester grade for both quarter 3 and quarter 4. But there's some important pieces of information here. And this could all change, right? I don't know if this is going to be the district decides this is set in stone, but this is what I know so far. Okay, so down here on the bottom, you can see that it's 0 to 69%. That is a pass for quarter 3. So no matter what, you get credit for quarter 3 in all your classes. A P or pass is neutral for your GPA. So that means that it's not going to make your GPA higher. It's not going to make your GPA lower. You just get a P. Now, if you ended up getting a 70 and above, then you get a normal letter grade because they're considering that that would be good for your GPA to have something that is an actual letter grade, and it'll look a little better on your transcript if you're applying for colleges if you have an actual letter grade rather than a P. All right. And then, so fourth quarter, now the threshold, the percentage that you need to pass is a little lower. So if you get below a 50%, then you do not pass, but you don't get an N, you get an NP. And the difference is an NP does not affect your GPA. So you won't get credit. You'll have to make up that math credit. I have no idea what's going on with summer school, but like at some point you'll have to make up that credit, and but it won't affect your GPA. Now, if you get from a 50 to a 69, so where you would usually kind of get like a D or a high N, that's a P. So it doesn't affect your grade, but you still get your credit. And then again, if you get a 70 or above, you get a letter grade. It's always better to have a letter grade on your transcript because it just shows that you're not trying to like hide anything with a P. Sometimes a P can mean like, ooh, you barely passed, so I'm going to give you a P so no one can see that you got a D minus or whatever you were going to get. So there's that. As far as late work goes, your teachers should be giving you all your assignments for the whole week on Monday, and then grading them either twice or more than that as the week goes on. And then they should be completed that week. So we're told like accepted up through some Sunday. However, like most teachers are being told that they should accept late work. And so if you're getting a little behind already, I would encourage you to hopefully pick up the pace, but also communicate with your teacher. I mean, I can't say it enough. Communicate. And also putting in some effort, like trying, even if like on my formatives and summatives, you're not getting a very high grade. If you just try, it shows me that like it's worth my time to try to reach out to you. It's not just that you're unable to do school, it's that you're maybe just need a little help, so I can reach out to you better that way. Okay, and then we're just doing 25 formative, 75 summative right now. That's what I have it set at. I think I'm going to keep it that way. Yeah, had to make a decision, decided on that. All right, next slide. What is a live conference and what are office hours? So these are two words that your teachers are using, and I don't know that anyone's really explained to you what either mean. Office hour or live conference or conferencing with your students, that means like a live class. So your English teacher might have like a discussion there and say like, okay, I'm gonna be there for the discussion at this time. But teachers should not be requiring it for a grade. They might record a live conference and then say you have to watch it later, but they should not be requiring you to be there at a specific time, because we're doing distance learning, right? Everybody has a different schedule with their family and work and yeah. Okay, so office hours, however, are any time really that your teacher is available to talk to you or help you, which kind of doesn't make sense to me because most teachers are available via email more or less all the time. So are we always having office hours. Ooh, I don't know. But I think most teachers are using it to mean a time when they are going to be sitting on Google Meet and waiting for you to join them if you have questions. So, yeah, like email is totally fine all the time. Most teachers should not take more than a day or so to get back to you. And I am going to use Google Meet, like I was saying on the other when we were looking at the schedule. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 12:30 to 1:30 is what I'm going to start with, but I can always add more, and I can always just do individual conferences or office hours with people if you just email me and tell me a time that you're available. We can set something up. Okay, I'm always doing this where I go a little too long. Okay, calculator. Okay, I used a calculator in the first video. I did not show the calculator in the second video, but both of these apps, Desmos and calculator hashtag or pound or whatever you want to, calculator number, I'm not sure this, but here's what it looks like. Both are really helpful. I think that this calculator one is really great for probability right now. Desmos is a little clunkier just when you're trying to do like calculations, right? It's better for graphing. And I think that's it from me on all the little going through the things that you need to know for this week. So again, feel free, email me anytime. I am checking my email all the time, trying to be available for you. You are my number one priority, having to do with, my week. My week pretty just revolves around you guys. So take advantage of that. I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy. I hope your family's healthy. I hope everyone you care about is doing okay. If you ever need any support with food, counselor, social worker, tech issues, anything, and you can't get your advisor to help you, then I am more than willing to help you. Reach out to me. Okay, have fun this week. Yay, math.